Fixing how you manage your passwords as an MSP is only part of the solution to a big problem that I see throughout our industry. Now, it's a big part of fixing that problem, yes, but it's not all. So after discovering the Keeper MSP Password Manager recently, I thought I'd dig a little bit deeper into the other services that Keeper offers, and I came across an interesting one called Keeper Connection Manager, which looks like a fix for a problem that typically follows after solving the password problem. One that I and pretty much every MSP or IT business I know will have or will have been through at some point, and that is to provide access to your client's devices securely. Now, I know ways around this. It's pretty much what most of us have been doing for the last decade or two. Create unique user accounts, provide access via remote access tools or perhaps TeamViewer through a VPN or direct RDP access. I've even seen remote desktop shortcuts saved into a central folder with pre-saved usernames and passwords. Pre-saved. Now that's about as dangerous as it gets. These ways of connecting are inherently insecure, with a whole company using the same admin account to log in without knowing who's connected. And still, in 2022, I'm hearing about companies getting hacked because somebody left port 3389 open to the world. There needs to be a better way of managing and securing these clients, and that is precisely where Keeper Connection Manager comes in. So firstly, what does Keeper Connections Manager do? Well, in a nutshell, it lets you and your team securely connect to your remote resources like your client services and other infrastructure via RDP, SSH, and other protocols. You can also configure this to sign in where your staff won't even know what username and password is being used. Now, this feature alone helps avoid those moments where one of your team leaves and now you have to go back through and change all the passwords on systems they've recently connected to. Keeper Connection Manager can pull those passwords from Keeper's MSP Password Manager to ensure passwords are still kept safe and secure within your business. So please, if you are running a business, whether it's a IT or MSP business or any other business, and you are opening up firewall ports for 3389 so that you or your customer service and services are directly accessible over the web, stop now before you get that company hacked. It's literally only a matter of time, and I still hear about this happening all the time, years after I thought we'd all learned that was a bad thing to do, a very, very bad thing to do. Now, this is the exact sort of problem that Keeper Connection Manager helps solve. Keeper Connection Manager can help you standardize all of your RDP and SSH and other administrative connections in a single place without having to install a ton of remote monitoring agents. They also use native protocols which require little to no configuration, and you can even give your clients access to their devices via this system as a secure value add to the service that you're providing them. Now, Keeper Connection Manager lets you set permissions around who can access what resources, and more importantly, it allows you to track who has connected and when, and it even lets you record their sessions. Now, this in itself checks a big box for specific regulations and compliance, and it lets you run a tighter ship regarding your business's security. No longer will you need to worry that a disgruntled employee will do something malicious or that someone will just make a mistake, because all user activity is logged, all user activity is recorded, and with more information comes a better service. Now, this system also runs without installing any agents or clients onto your customers' devices. It connects with the standard protocols into each system, and all of this is accessed via the web browser. Another good piece of news for MSPs is that all of this can be tied in with SAML authentication so that you and your team can sign in with your Azure credentials. So there's no messing about with managing yet another set of accounts for your team. You can set restrictions on those accounts to prevent them from using resources outside of regular working hours to secure those accounts even further. You can also add users to groups to provide access to only the resources they need. So you won't have to, as I've seen many times, give junior staff members access to critical infrastructure that should only be accessed by more senior staff. And for those times when your techs get stuck on something, you can use the session collaboration feature to let multiple people work on an issue whilst one person maybe takes the lead and the other watches. For those of you interested, you can sign up for a free trial by clicking the link down below to see what it's all about. And if there's something that all tech companies need to take more care of, it's their internal security. Now, you must be using some form of a password manager, not an Excel spreadsheet, not a shared OneNote document, but a proper password manager, just like Keeper's MSP Password Manager. Once you've done that, I'd recommend you check out Keeper Connection Manager to protect your business from the ever-evolving threats that we face.